Hello, this is Dave with Hoosier Machinery Solutions. We're going to go over the basic startup procedures for the Mosley Baler. Assuming that all the pipes are connected, tightened, the motor 480 wiring is connected, and the control voltage wires are connected over at the Baler junction box. First thing you need to do, whether you do it by starting the baler or bumping the motor in there, is ensuring that the motor is turning the correct direction for the pumps to draw up the oil. When you do start the baler, you need to bump the motors for a second, let them completely come to a stop, bump the motors again for slightly longer. Through this process 3 times, you should basically prime the pumps and bring the oil up. You should hear it draw up. Whether or not you start the baler by pushing the buttons here, or you open in the cabinet and starting it that way by a maintenance personnel that knows 480 and knows how to start balers that way. I'm not recommending that you start it unless you know what you're doing that way. So here is the basic layout of the Mosley Baler. Key switch, if the key switch is on, baler should power up. The first thing you have to do is ensure that all the e-stops are pulled out. That will then allow you to push the enable baler start button, which you get 5 beeps of the horn. When the beeps are complete, you'll see some lights light up showing some positions and some other things here that are going on. At that point, you now can start motor 1. So if you're going to prime the pumps that way, then now's the time when you would push and hold it for a second, let off, let it come to a stop, push again and hold it for a second and a half, 2 seconds, let it come to a stop. And then the third time you push it and hold it for approximately 4 seconds, I believe it is, till the soft start times out and the motor comes up to speed and everything. At that point, if the motor is running, after a 5-second delay, you can either start baling in automatic or manual by way of the joystick here for manual operation, of course. I also recommend that you start the circulation pump. It's also something that you have to pay attention to the direction of the motor. It's on the motor. It's actually on the pump housing, which way the motor should be turning, as well as the fan. So those are the 3 things that you need to get correct rotation during the startup procedure. At that point, that you can start the circulation system. The fan is then controlled, of course, with the temperature sensor that's over there in the tank. It comes on at 100 and turns off at 95. Below here we have a slow button. If you need to position the main ram for home or bale eject, we call, you can push and hold this, and it will only allow the high pressure pump to be used to position the main ram or the eject in that matter. Anytime you want to stop the motors, I recommend you just push the stop button. You can hit the e-stop, but you'll have to go through the horn startup again. This baler is equipped with an idle baler timeout, which if the baler sits for more than 10 minutes, it automatically shuts itself off, and you have to push the e-stop and re-enable it. That's just a safety when somebody goes to break or comes back, and make sure nobody's around the machine working on it, so that you have to restart it and make sure it's clear before you start baling again. At the top here we have 4 lights. The 2 lights on the left over here are the bale separation door open and bale separation door closed. Very important. There's some messaging that goes along with these as well. But obviously the baler will not operate. It has to be, door has to be all the way up or all the way down. Either way, it cannot be in the middle. So yeah, look for these lights. Over here, these 2 on the right are in regards to the oversized bale door. This light here says it's extended, and this one on the right says that it's locked. I think in one of the other videos we described to you the lock and the extended switches and the use of them. But the bale separation door will not go up and down. Well, I should say down. It will go up maybe, but it won't go down unless the oversized bale door is extended and locked, because there's a groove in there that provides support during baling for it. So anytime you try to make the bale sep door go down, if you don't have both these lights on, it will not go down. We'll move over here to the right. These are the controls for the bale separation door. You have bale sep door up and, well, it's open and closed in this case. You have auto and manual. So if the selector switch is in manual, then you'll be able to bring the door up and down, assuming that the baler is in manual. Down here on the bottom you have, this controls baler auto, so if the baler is in auto, you still will not be able to open and close the door. You'll actually have to push the auto stop. And the way this baler operates, it's either in auto or in manual by way of these two buttons right here, unless there's an alarm condition which takes it out of auto. So back up here again, if the selector switch is in the manual position, you now have the ability to open and close the doors, once again assuming that the oversized bale door is extended and locked. Then you can open and close it. If you choose to bale with the door, using the door, of course you'll close it. You'll then turn the selector switch to automatic, so that the computer knows that when it makes a bale, it has to automatically open that door, push the bale, strap it, and close that door automatically. So that's part of the automatic operation. Also, if you're going to bale with the door, you have to choose, over here on the right, you have eject ram extend, and then it's labeled part or full extend is basically what it means. Part extend means you're going to bale with a plug bale. Full extend means you're going to bale with the door, so you need to make sure that you choose the selector switch position for what you're baling, with or without the door. Otherwise, for instance, if you have it at full eject in manual, it will full eject the bale versus stop you at the wall position or a plug bale position. Right down below this here, once again, is the controls for the oversized bale door, open and close, or in this case extend and retract, either way. Once again, the baler has to be in manual, which is just by pushing the auto stop, it's in manual. Moving across here, we've got a push button and a blue light combined. Of course, the blue light just indicates that the strapper is in auto and is and ready to throw a strap on the bale. If the auto switch is not on over there at the strapper, then you won't get a blue light over here. You'll get a green light on the strapper that indicates that it's at home, but the signal hasn't come over to the computer over here to tell us that we're ready. So good indication, look for the blue light. And of course, if you want to put a strap on the bale anytime during the eject process, just push on the blue button here and it will put a strap on the bale. Moving across here to your left is an amber light. The amber light does two things. It indicates when the ram is in the home position, and when the main ram is in the home position, which means that it's in position to eject the bale. It will allow bale eject if the main ram is behind the eject ram, which means, you know, it doesn't have to be at home every time to eject it. If it's a few inches short of home, it will still allow for bale ejection. In case you get oversized bale or things like that. It will not allow for the bale to eject if it's in front of the eject ram, of course, by way of by numbers from the laser. 84 is home position on this one. 85 will not allow the eject ram to extend. So 84 and below will allow the bale to be extended. Also, the other use of this switch is if you want to finish a bale in auto, once the main ram has crossed the home position, you can push the button momentarily and it puts it in a completed bale sequence, which then will back the ram up and extend it and push the bale out and strap it. So it's one way of you doing it automatically if you choose to, versus manually. Coming on down here, here's your conveyor control down here. If the conveyor is in manual, of course, then you just push on the jog conveyor button down here, which will only jog it. It will not stay on. You'll have to hold the button to run the conveyor. You're not getting the conveyor.
Don't think they're getting the conveyor.
You're right. Okay. Anyway, I can probably I'll touch base on this. If it's in auto, then the computer controls the conveyor auto cycle from the upper photo eye and the settings that you have in the touch screen here. So we can go over that more later. But then you have your auto start and stop. Of course, green light comes on when it's in auto. You get a message on here if it's waiting for material. It'll say that it's in auto waiting for material. And unless there's an issue where you get a malfunction of some sort, an overpressure, or a tire malfunction, it will stay in auto for the most part, waiting for material. Of course, if it's in manual, your joystick here will give you the 4 things you can do based on what you want to do. Like I said, as long as the main ram is behind the eject, you can eject at any time. I think that covers it. Thanks.